All right, so in this video, I'm gonna go over the Crossroads Volante 32 SB. We've had this camper about a year and 3 months, and it's got a lot of time on the road and a lot of time lived in it. Probably got about 290 days of staying in it. And when I say staying in it, I mean like family of 5, 4 dogs, the whole nine. So I'm gonna show you this video, like how it's held up after all that time and that much living in it, and just go over like some of the options on this model. So from hitch all the way to the back, it's 37 feet. I towed with the Ram 2500. It's just under 10,000 pounds. It tows very well, very smooth. I don't have any issues. So on the outside, the exterior is held up very well. I've tried to do a good job of keeping it clean. I've washed it probably 5 or 6 times this year. And the roof I've done twice, where I've scrubbed the roof just to make sure it stays clean. But no issues on the exterior, still shiny. No problems with water, no problems with the awning. It does have the solid steps, which I really like this. As far as like being stable going up, it doesn't have all the movement. The one thing I do not like is that when it's wet or rainy, you fold them up inside and you get everything inside. So that's kind of the only bad thing about them. So it's not 100% clean in here because we just actually got back from a trip. A lot of the trips we've taken on are for work, and we have to go about 3.5 to 4 hours away typically. The last place I was working was about 8 hours away, so we would tow it down there, and it was stationary for about 3 or 4 months down there. So as far as being stable, it's got the regular jacks you just kick down by hand. It's not bad. I did buy the X chocks, and that helped quite a bit with keeping it from rocking. The kitchen is not a bad layout. Haven't had any issues with appliances. These are all standard Dometic, suburban stove, and just regular sink with the pull down faucet. But we had no issues. We cooked in here. Like I said, we lived in here with 5 people, 2 adults, 3 kids, and then 4 dogs, and we didn't have any issues. Fridge, no issues. My wife wishes there was more countertop space, which is kind of normal, and I kind of agree with that now. When I first bought it, I was like, oh, it's fine. But after a couple months, I realized like cooking in here is a little difficult when you have very little countertop space. As far as the front bedroom, it does have the 2 sides to get in. So you have sliding pocket doors on each end. And I will tell you one thing I do not like about this bedroom is, well, I'm 6'3", so getting in and out of that, it's not good. You're not going to be able to change in there, even with the space on the side right there. And then when you lay down and you stretch out, I can touch wall to wall. So if we do upgrade trailers, we're definitely going to get a full front bedroom with a walk around bed. That's something very big that I'm big on. And then for my wife, I'm definitely going to make sure we have the right size kitchen, and me. So if I'm cooking, I want to have more countertop space as well. One of the best features in this camper, and I only say this because we dealt with a lot of different types of weather, was the fireplace, the electric fireplace in the front. When we had a Texas winter storm, we ran that off a generator. It kept this whole thing pretty warm. And then eventually we were able to get propane, so we switched to the furnace, which that was 100%. It's so much easier to keep this thing climate controlled versus a bigger house. The Foldout Sofa, something we're not a big fan about. They're not very comfortable, especially when you live in. If you're just doing a weekend here and there, it's not too bad. But if you're going to be in here extended periods of time, you want something a little more comfortable. We did debate about taking out the dinette and the rollout couch and replacing it with straight recliners. But as far as eating, it's a lot easier to eat at this dinette. And the kids like it. When they're doing schoolwork, they sit at here. They can sit 3 people, 3 computers, and they have no issues right here working off of it. as far as the kids' bedroom, that's a mess. Like I said, we're cleaning up. We just got back and we were in it for about 2 weeks. The bed arrangements are pretty good. So the bunks on each side are my 2 girls. So my youngest and my oldest. And then the smaller bed, which this is definitely a smaller bed, is my son. He's probably got about 3 months before he doesn't fit in here anymore because the way he's growing. And then down here, right now it's used for storage. We used to keep a business in here, just an online reselling business. It used to have a rollaway couch, another rollover couch. We took it out. It's probably gonna go back in if we don't get a camper before my son outgrows that spot. As far as storage, it's got a nice pantry area. It's pretty big. We did add some metal shelves in here just to help with storage. Yeah, and then more storage up top. Another thing, and I'm kind of going all over the place, I feel like, but in the kitchen, there's only 2 cabinets, above head cabinets, which I guess it's all right if you're just going out for a weekend or extended stay. But full time, it was difficult to keep everything we had as far as like, you know, bowls, plates, cups. I mean, when you got 5 people, you carry more stuff. That's just how it is. As far as durability of this camper, like I said, this is a 2020 and it has a lot of days and a lot of time on the road. So far, we didn't experience much issues. As far as the durability of it, it's held together very well. I mean, there's minor things like if you look up here above the slide, this little piece of trim, it just needs to be, you know, nailed or glued back in. And then there's small areas like wear areas down at the floor, like the corner right here, and that's just because we feed our dogs in this corner, so they would brush up against it and mess around with it. But yeah, I mean, as far as like durability of this camper, it was very, very good. It's held up very well. I think for the upgrade, we're just looking more on the toy hauler side because we want the deck for the outdoor experience. And also, like I said, the front bedroom, that's a huge thing. We focused on this one for the bunkhouse, and then we realized the kids don't even really hang out there. They hang out in the living room. So we're probably gonna get a bigger toy hauler that has something like more of like a living area, so everyone can just continue hanging out there, and we're gonna focus on getting a bedroom for us. As far as the bathroom on this is very nice. It's got a bigger bathroom for a camper. So it's got the standard porcelain foot flush, and then a vent above, of course. And then you have a lot of room, really, like in this corner. And then you have your sink, and then of course you have your shower. But it's got a good amount of room. It's easy to get showered, easy to get changed in here. Majority of the time when we go out for work, we end up changing in the bathroom, or we close off this door right here for the bedroom, and we'll change in the living room. And a lot of that is, like I said, because there is no front space in the bedroom. So my recommendation is, if you're a taller person and you see a bedroom like this where it has the slide pocket doors, I would keep looking. I would find something with a little bit bigger of a bedroom, you know, a walk around, possibly a king. As far as upgrades, we haven't done very much to this camper. It came pretty well equipped for what we needed. The only upgrade we really did was we added a topper on our mattress, and then there's toppers that the kids bring with them for each of their mattresses. But other than that, like besides command hooks, which that's pretty standard because you always need to hang something up or put something somewhere, we really didn't make very many upgrades. Like I said, everything in here has held up very well. No complaints. I figured we would have more issues living in it as much as we did, and on the road as much as we did. But I mean, a couple thousand miles towing this thing, we had no issues. Like I said, most of the wear, like the carpet, if I got another camper, I wouldn't get carpet again, even on the slide out, because the dogs seem to attract things when they go outside. They bring in grass, they bring in dirt, and of course it sticks to the carpet. But other than that, it's a very well designed camper. It's worked out great. And if you have any questions about this, like I said, I'll answer anything I can, anything like with a similar setup. It does have the outdoor kitchen. I'm not going to show that because it's pretty standard. As far as outdoor kitchens, it just has the sink and the 2-burner stove that pulls out in a fridge. And honestly, like, we store our outdoor chairs in there when we travel, and then we just open it up. And it's usually a beer fridge, not much else other than that. But yeah, so if you have any questions about this type of RV or anything like this, just drop it below and I'll help you out as best I can.